What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome. It's your traveling stock trader, Mr. Cosmic here with the Cosmic Training Academy, and I'm checking in today to talk about some things that a lot of people have been asking me. Well, personally and privately, is that hey, I know that you're traveling. I've been looking at your channels. I've been looking at your YouTube. I've been looking at your Instagram. And the question was, how do you do it? How do you travel like that? And as a trader, first and foremost, I'm an entrepreneur. Let me make that clear. I want you guys to understand that I am an entrepreneur and that trading is not the only thing that I do. I don't think it's the only thing that I could do because after you trade for so long, unless you want to trade all day, every day, you you won't do that all the time. So you'll need something else to occupy your time. Aside from sitting on the beach, drinking drinks, eating food, going to the gym, you have to, occupy your time. That being said, what I want to talk about is selling stock options, basically for monthly profits as like an independent stock trader. So my name is Ford, like I said, and basically what it is it's about becoming location independent as a stock trader. you know um we're going to explore the concept of selling stock options. We're going to talk about the benefits. What I want to do is highlight how it can be a lucrative opportunity for those who want to become location independent stock traders. Okay, so anyway, let's dive in. First of all, selling stock options for monthly profit as a location independent stock trader. Basically that's what we're into doing. And so what we have to do is talk about some of the what exactly is stock options. Well, they're basically financial derivatives that give investors the right but not the obligation to buy or sell a certain number of shares at a predetermined price within a specific time period. So what I'm saying is basically is it's an opportunity to buy or sell an option. An option a it's a contract that allows you to control 100 shares of an underlying stock. Okay, so one contract, 100 shares. One contract, 100 shares. Okay, just remember that. Okay, let's talk about some of the advantages of selling stock options. One, if you do it if you look at stocks that have options that trade weekly, you can make money weekly. If you look at options that have um, expiration dates monthly, you can make a monthly income. A lot of ways options are lower risk compared to stock trading, because you don't have to jump in, jump out, jump in, jump out. Options allow you a time. So that is your benefit. Excuse me. Another thing is options are flexible. So that makes it so that, for instance, you can put on some trades for a month out, kind of peer in on them and make sure you're watching, which is one of the most important things you can do as a stock options trader is keep an eye on your stock options. You have to keep on once they're starting to lose money. The best thing that I had to learn how to do is get out of your options. If they start to drop 50%, be gone. Take your 50% and run if you can. Don't let it lose all its value in hopes that it's going to come back up. Okay, just a quick, just throwing that in there. Okay. Two, you got to make sure you understand the basics of options trading. You got to select the right underlying stocks and ETFs. I prefer to trade ETFs. The reason why I trade ETFs is because ETFs usually have a dividend. Okay. I like dividends. I like getting paid quarterly, monthly, whatever. I love dividends. So it helps for you to minimize your losses. You don't lose as much when you have something that's paying you dividends. Okay. So dividends, for those who don't know, is when the company pays the people who own stocks, shares of the stock, money back for owning those shares, for being part and parcel of the company. Okay. So you're basically sharing in the profits of the company. Uh, Another thing is that you gotta choose the appropriate options strategies. Okay. Um, Covered calls, cash secured puts. You got to determine strike prices and expiration dates. So you got to know when you want to that you want that to expire, those options to expire, and you have to know at what price. One of the key factors that you have to understand when you trade in options is trade at the right price. When you make sure that you're making money. If you bought 100 shares of XYZ for $1, for $2, you want to make sure that whatever you're going to be selling that option for, you want to make sure it's more than the $2 that you paid for each share. I don't care if it's $2.10. Okay. Next, basically, you got to decide, do you want to do covered calls, which is basically when you own, when you're covering, when you selling or buying or selling calls, but you have it covered, meaning that you own the stocks already. Um, do you want to do cash secured puts, meaning that you already put the money up, you're willing to do a put, which means the expectation that the stock is going down, and you're securing it with your money, which means you got the cash up front. The thing about that is you have to understand that to make a lot of money a monthly, you have to be trading something that pays a lot of money out monthly. So in other words, because you have to be able to control 100 shares of that underlying stock. So if a stock is $500 a share, you got to do the math. Think about that. So if you know you have an account that's only $10, $100, $1,000, or $10,000, you can only control so many shares, which means you can't get in position on a lot of the things that some of these other traders who show you on the line, like, oh yeah, I'm controlling 10,000 apples. That's because you can afford to control 10,000 apples. But the average trader, online probably is not going to have enough money to purchase 10,000 shares of Apple. So therefore, they can't get that, you know. So anyway, that being said, next thing you got to do risk. What I was telling you earlier, watch your risk tolerance, maintain risk tolerance, pay attention to what your trades. Check in on them, make sure. Matter of fact, put alerts in there to make sure that you know when something is getting too high or too low. Okay, all right, that's that. The benefits of being a location independent trader is that the freedom to work from anywhere in the world. You can create your own schedule, and you got lower overhead costs and increased flexibility. The reason why you can have lower overhead is because you can go live in countries like where I'm living. I'm living in Japan right now, which is not cheap, but I live in the countryside of Japan, which makes it much more affordable. So my rent is less than $500. So, you know, the thing about it is you have enough multiple streams of income. Like I got books that I'm selling, journals I sell on Amazon. I got all kind of different little techniques and stuff that I do to make money, along with trading. Along with now I picked up a little part time because I was really have more free time than I expected to have. I thought I'd be running around all crazy, but to be honest, I don't make that many videos as much as I thought I would, and I don't move around as much as I thought I would. Move as I want to, and sometimes I feel more comfortable staying still for. I like to stay still for a couple months at a time. So that being said, just letting you know. Um, Now you got to also look at tools and resources to be a successful stock options trader. Number one, you got to have reliable internet. Number two, you got to choose your trading platforms like Thinkorswim, E-Trade, Interactive Brokers. Some people use Robinhood. I like Robinhood because it doesn't have a lot of fees, which I lose a lot of money in fees at Thinkorswim. I don't care what nobody say whatever they want to say, but I spend a lot of money in fees. Hey, it is what it is. But Robinhood doesn't have those fees. Do they beat you out sometimes on the spread? Pretty much. Yeah, they beat you on the spread. That's where they're killing you at. But you know, It is what it is. Apples and oranges. You got to decide which way you want to lose money, essentially. um, yeah, networking with experienced traders. Most of you guys are looking online and looking at people and talking to people and engaging with online shows and channels. That's basically where I got mine from too. So I would say that's a good way to network. If you see events in your local area where real people who are really trading, not people who are trading these bullshit ass softwares, and not people who are trying to make you join MLMs, not people who are trying to sell you educational material, just people who just trade. That's it. Go around nobody else. Don't waste your time joining anything else. Any groups in that is bullshit. I'm telling you right now, I've seen them all. They all bullshit. Because the reality is people who get into trading get into trading because they love trading, not because they want to be part of some networking group. You want to be part of networking, do your thing. But that's not what trade. Most traders are really solitary people. They really want to be able to do what the hell they want to do, when they want to do it, how they want to do it. They don't want to really deal with a boss. They don't want to deal with a bunch of employees. They don't want to deal with co-workers. They don't want to have the hassles and headaches and shit. They don't want to get up when people tell them to get up. They don't want motherfuckers telling them when they can take vacation. That's what this shit is all about. And if you ain't that type of person and you're trying to join these networks because you think it's going to make you popular or you think it's going to make you some money, the only people going to make money is the people who brought you in and they getting commission. Rule number one, if people getting paid a commission to bring you in, then you're already in an MLM probably. So leave it alone. You're not going to learn how to trade no more than you can learn by buying your own little Audible books and trading yourself, actively trading and learning how to lose less money. That's the trick, period. Anybody else telling you anything different, they're lying. The next thing, real life examples of location independent stock traders is that you gotta look at people who've been doing it successfully, and how they achieve their monthly profits and by selling stock options, while they're doing it. That's important. Like that's what I do. So therefore, I'm going to do a few more live, get back to doing live trades and stuff like that. But what I do is I only need a certain amount to survive in life. So because of my lifestyle, it's not ultra expensive. So therefore, I don't need a trade account that's $1 million in order to do the things that I like to do in life. You know what I mean? Would I want to do more? Sure. Some things I like to do. And do they cost money? Yes. Yeah, I could do some things. Yeah, I wouldn't mind. More is always better. I'm not here to tell you that. But what I'm saying is that it has to be for the appropriate reason. There's no point in you saying, hey, yeah, I want $10 million just so I can have $10 million. No, do you have a purpose for $10 million? That's the question. So again, that's up to knowing who you are, how you are, what you need. Nobody can judge that but you. You got to continuously improve your knowledge and skills. This is another thing that a lot of people fall off from. That's the reason why they join these other organizations and stuff like that, because they really don't want to get a skill. Inherently, they're lazy. They don't want to read the books. They don't want to listen to the audibles. They don't want to be up day and night. They don't want to watch all the documentaries of all the greatest traders that ever lived in the world. You know what I'm saying? Since trading began. They don't want to put no money on the line. They don't want to go get an extra job just so they can put money into a trade account just so they can figure out how to be a better trader. That's all shit that I had to do. I got extra money, extra job, just so I can put money into a trade account, just so I can trade it, just so I can lose money, just so I can learn. If you ain't willing to do that, man, get your ass out of here. You ain't no trader. You don't want to be no trader. Because the rest of the other traders who came 20 years ago, they were on Wall Street. We're not talking about those kind of traders. We're talking about the type of trader right now, sit behind a computer right now and get on, Robinhood or a TD Ameritrade or, whatever you trade, Fidelity, whatever, and trade themselves. So therefore, you don't have any excuse. You don't have to go get a job working for a broker anymore. And that's not you could, but that's not the way you don't have to learn that way anymore. Information is right here, readily accessible to you. So bullshit about nothing. Get to it. Okay. Another thing, develop your a consistent trading plan and stick to it. Whatever your trading plan is, stick to that trading plan. They always say plan your trade and trade your plan. Okay. So know what works for you. You got to know your budget. You got to know how much money you got. You got to know how much money you can stand and lose. You got to know how much time frame you got. All of these things you have to sit down and write it out and look at it. Okay, well, if I have a $10,000 account, I can only afford to lose $100 a week before I run out of money. You know, how many trades do I take? You know, and make a record. Always, always, always record your days of trading. What you did, how you did it, how you made money. You know, buy you a book. You know, buy something like this. I sell these on. I'm not saying you have to buy this one, but get you something like this. You know, and it's basically a journal, and it just stuff like that, and it tells you, you got months, expenses, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And, and put a line down. And, basically you can use that as your trading thing, or you can get a yellow piece of the yellow legal pad and make a line straight down the middle. What trades did you take? What day did you make the trade? How much money did you risk? How much money did you lose? How much money did you win? Da, 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 da. So you gotta, and you'll figure it out, but you gotta start with the process. Okay. Gotta stay disciplined. Again, it's just like working out. Great traders usually have a good work ethic. You know why? Because they're willing to sacrifice everything. Great traders are usually have an entrepreneurial mindset. You know why? Because they're willing to stay up all night for it. They're willing to stay up all day. They'll miss meals for it. That's the kind of attitude you got. That ain't how you ain't built like that. So stop it. Go get you a fucking job and just okay. Don't try to force yourself to be what you're not. But if you know that you love trading, there's nothing that nobody can tell. You're going to keep doing it no matter what. You're going to be up day and night trying to figure out how you can be a better trader and learn. That's what you're going to do. You got to keep your emotions in check. As you can see, I'm an excited and emotional person when it comes down to this trading thing, because I've been through it for the last over 6 years now. And so what I'm trying to say is that keep your emotions out of it. When you do things, when you set trades, the best way I can tell you to keep emotions, the best way to do it is whenever you set up a trade, go by your numbers, go by your plan. If you go by your plan, you won't jump in and you won't jump out just arbitrarily. Again, if your rule is you sold an option, now the option is losing money. The option has lost 50% of the money. At 50%, you're gone. You don't think about it. You don't rationalize it. You don't talk about the news. You don't say, oh, so-and-so about to speak tomorrow. No, at 50%, the decision is already made. You got to push the button. That's your only job. You understand what I'm saying? Don't think about anything else. You know your plan. That way you always leave with money. As the old saying goes, you can't go broke making a profit. Keep making a profit and you can't go broke. Okay? So stop, don't, no. If you said at 50%, right? 50%, right? You should be gone. There's nothing to talk about. How could you lose 75% when you were supposed to be gone at 50? How? So again, keep your emotions out of the trade. The only way you can do that is make a trading plan and follow that trade plan. Period. Not every now and then, every time. Not when you feel like it, not before you go on vacation. Now I'm trying to get some extra money because I got to buy my baby some Pampers. No. You got to make some extra money, go do Uber Eats. You got to make some extra money, go do something else. Go sell something that you got in your house that you don't need. Some trash that you got in your fucking closet or in your garage. You want some extra money. Okay? Plan your trade. Trade your fucking plan. That's it. Okay? In conclusion, because I know I'm drawing this out, but basically what I want to do is tell you that if you can make monthly profits, you got to take advantage of location independence. That you can make profits weekly, monthly, quarterly. You can travel the world. This is my little apartment here in Japan and stuff. And if you check out my channel or Mr. Cosmic channel or anything, you'll see what I do. And, you too can be a location independent stock trader and just keep your prices down and follow all of those rules. And I think that you'll be great. If you got any questions, feel free to send me a message. I'd love to answer any of your questions and stuff the best way that I can. And I welcome it. Thank you for paying attention and checking out my channel. You could have been anywhere, but you was here. I'm Mr. Cosmic. This is the Cosmic Training Academy. I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all on the other side. Thank you for your attention. I hope you found the presentation informative. And I'll see you later. Peace.